All right, let's just jump right into it with a title that I know sounds like total clickbait: How to Make Money from $0. And look, I get it. Most people hear that and immediately think, yeah, right. But what if the reason no one believes it works isn't because it's impossible, but because we're all looking for money in the completely wrong places?
So let's just ask the question head on, right? Is it really possible to actually build something, create an income stream, and generate real wealth when your bank account is sitting at zero? I mean, the thing we all hear our whole lives is, you need money to make money. But is that an actual law of the universe, or is it just a really common story we tell ourselves?
Well, the answer is a huge, resounding yes. It is absolutely possible. But, and this is the important part, the secret isn't about finding some hidden lottery ticket or getting a lucky break. It's about a fundamental shift in how you see the resources you already have right now.
Hold on a second. If you're enjoying insights like this, hit the subscribe button right now. All right, let's jump into the most important part.
So let's get into the first big idea, your untapped capital. You see, the whole secret to starting from zero isn't about finding money. It's about realizing that you're already sitting on a goldmine of assets. You just haven't been calling them capital. And this, right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the problem. So many of us get stuck on the myth, I have no capital. It feels like a brick wall, a dead end. But the reality is a total perspective flip. The truth is you have three entirely different kinds of capital that you are probably overlooking completely. So let's give this a name. Let's call it true capital. It's simply the sum of your skills, your time, and your network. Just think about that for a second. These are incredibly powerful assets that you can turn directly into income without needing a single dollar to start. This is the bedrock of how you start from nothing. Okay, let's make this super practical. Intellectual capital. Are you a good writer? Can you design a simple graphic? Maybe you're just really organized. These are skills people will literally pay for. Then there's social capital. That's your professional network, the people you know, your followers online. And temporal capital, that's just your time. Even if it's just a few hours every night, that is a powerful, powerful asset when you use it right.
Okay, so we've redefined capital. We know what our real assets are. That's all great in theory, but how do you actually turn that theory into cold, hard cash? Well, it boils down to a super simple, totally doable three-step plan to get that first dollar in the door.
Seriously, forget about a massive business plan for now. We are thinking small. Step 1, pick just one skill. Not 10, just one. Maybe it's that you're pretty good at proofreading. Step 2, find one person who needs that. Maybe it's a student struggling with an essay or a local business with typos on their website. And step 3, offer to solve their problem. Hey, I can make your website copy look professional for X amount. That is it. One skill, one person, one simple offer.
Listen, we're not trying to launch the next big thing today. The goal is way smaller and honestly way more important. Earning your very first dollar using your true capital. Because that first dollar, man, that's everything. It's the proof. It's the validation that turns your skill from just a hobby into something with actual market value. It's the spark that starts the fire.
So once you have that spark, how do you turn it into a fire? Well, this brings us to what's called the flywheel effect, and it's an amazing way to grow and scale using momentum and reputation instead of just throwing money at the problem.
It all starts with getting that first client. That proves your idea works. Then you get a testimonial from them. And suddenly, it's not just you saying you're good at what you do. You've got social proof. That proof leads to your first referral. And now, your reputation is actually out there working for you. And once you have a track record of success, you can and should start charging higher rates. Your value has literally gone up.
The key thing to understand here is that each step in this flywheel builds a type of momentum that you simply cannot buy. You can't pay for a rock-solid reputation. You can't buy genuine word of mouth. This kind of growth is organic, it's strong, and it's built on the real foundation of the value you provide.
Which brings us to our final and I think most important section. We've talked about skills and time and networks. We've laid out a plan, but absolutely none of it works without the one thing that ties it all together, your mindset. This is where the real investment happens.
I want you to really let this sink in. Wealth isn't created by having money, it's created by having the courage to monetize the assets you already possess. This quote just reframes the entire problem, doesn't it? The real barrier isn't an empty bank account, it's a lack of courage. The courage to see your own skills as valuable. The courage to reach out to that first person. And yeah, the courage to ask to be paid for the value you create.
So, what's the whole point of all this? The single most important, highest return investment you can ever make isn't in stocks or crypto or real estate. It's a simple, powerful shift in your own perspective. It's about seeing the capital you already have and then having the audacity to actually use it.
So we'll end by turning this all back to you. The potential is there. Your intellectual capital, your social capital, your time, it's all just sitting there, waiting to be put to work. This path from zero is not a myth. So I have to ask, what's your one skill? Who's your one person? What's your first step going to be?